Hello, welcome back to more Danganronpa, as I normally try to roll my R's when doing it for absolutely no reason. They've never done that. In fact, I don't know if Japanese has any rolling R's. In fact, I can almost certainly say it doesn't really, not by design. But anyway, what happened last? Last time on Super Danganronpa 2, aka Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, two people dead. We had Ibuki has been... Well, first off, I guess the larger context. Everyone got COVID. I mean, sorry, use your banner below the video now. Everyone got the disease that makes you the opposite of what you are. So we started quarantining, and it's another one of Monokuma's bits or whatever. And then we were split up, and Soda, who I'm not growing on him, he's growing on me. It's like a weird infectious disease sentence right now. Made like a communication device because we were quarantining, half of us in the hospital or whatever. And then Ibuki, who's usually very energetic and chaotic, became insane, very compliant because of the opposite day disease. And then she hung herself, which was a very sad image, probably the most somber image. I don't know, there's something about that which speaks to me a lot more than like not gratuitous is the wrong word, that's an opinionated word that came to me. More so like, at least Hyoko's gone. I literally... that's true, that is true, that did also have... I was getting to that. I forgive her for everything except she never stopped being mean to Miki, who is, one of my many wives. So, very disappointing on that factor. And as a result, also, so we first saw her, I don't know why I'm recapping it, I'm sort of doing it for myself more than anything. She was hung, then the video feed cut off because we were Skype calling over a Game Boy Advance. And then we were like, let's go gather the crew, get over there. And then by the time we got over there, another person dead. My only current suspect is Sonia, because she was the only one outside there. I don't think it's anybody who was quarantined on our side. But I have no real reason to suspect her beyond the fact that I think it's her time. She's not done anything yet, and we need a reason for her to have done this. She's kind of a nothing character at this minute, but she's like a serial killer fanboy princess royal person from a foreign European country that doesn't exist in real life. Anyway, ding dong dong ding. Monokuma's death announcement. 死体が発見されました。はい。一定の捜査時間の後、学級裁判を開きます。So true. Kazuichi hasn't done anything either. Kazuichi is what? Soda, right? Soda. Oh, with the double body announcement. Let me just... Because I alternate between first and last names depending on which one I remember more. Because the translation puts the first names first despite the fact that they say the last names, which I just don't like that choice. Because it just adds to confusion, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they... It's like a... It's kind of unnecessary in my book, but, people have their choices. I also just don't think he would do it. I don't know. It would be a shame. I feel like he's sort of... In my eyes, he's undergoing a redemption from being sort of annoying and, like, boring. And then, now I respect him after learning his fetish for looking at the bone structure of women. You need some sort of quirk like that for me to respect you. At least in like a redemption sense. Anyway, this somber scene unfolded before us last time we were here. That means they both are dead, yes. The blood is really leaving her, but there's not very much blood in this scene. There's some. Hold on. Let me drink some water. Yes. I mean, it would also, like, given the meta structure of the game, we are, what? With 3 kills in, this is the 4th, so there's 4th instance, right? So we have one more left because there's only 2 islands left. Presumably it'll end either after that or one after that. Just logically makes sense. And I've got the cast that they focus more on has to be the ones that are more interesting. Akane is probably next, but she's kind of sick right now. And Nekomaru, who I really don't... Nekomaru's taken over as the worst character in the game for me right now. Ever since, like, the most pointless scene of all time, not really, I'm exaggerating for comedic effect, where Akane, for no reason at all apart from her foolhardiness and fighting spirit, decides to fight Monokuma, and then, as she is, as per the rules, she fights Monokuma fights back, and he's about to blast her with fucking Hyper Beam. And Nekomaru, for absolutely no reason that I respect, walks in and is like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself. And, Aura farms a little bit, tries to, and then dies, but doesn't die because Monokuma's rule bound to not kill him. Something like this. Anyway. Who the hell is that other one wearing the handbag? Wanna try out the new CS update? Not today, although I was just playing. I have my conclusions on the new CS update. It feels better. Every update feels better, and everyone says it and doesn't give Valve credit because they don't like it. They don't like novelty and newness and being good. Anubis changes, good. New maps are interesting. I haven't looked at them in detail yet. But then again, if you're not gonna put it in Premiere, like, it's sort of difficult, right? You need to go out of your way to try it. MP5 and MP7, really good. MP5 on CT I think will be actually meta because of the silencer, plus it's actually just straight up better than the FAMAS in a lot of situations. It has more bullets. MP5 is quite good, I would say. MP7 is, like, I think it's, like, not necessarily as good, maybe on T side, but I think MP5 is genuinely, like, gonna be a CT powerhouse. And I've always liked the Bison, but it's not gonna become meta from that because it's not got the damage. It's only useful for full ecos to farm money when you have a lot of bullets. Anyway, back to Danganronpa. Masaka. Could it be 2 victims? You tell me, buddy. 2 announcements. When I was here earlier, I didn't see Hyoko's body. I only saw the hanging boy. Not even 10 minutes passed. That means, logically, shouldn't that mean the killer is pretty close by? Monami, you gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't care. Thank you. We should lower that person wearing the hem back to the ground. Leaving it like that. See, listen, somebody's on the same page. Chiaki is taking over as the primary MP5 better than MP9. I think it's better in, like, it's as a gun, it just is better, I think. Unless you're very close range, in which case the fire rate of the MP9 is gonna just be necessary. I think if you want to fight, like, for example, if you're fighting from default to A main in Mirage, you would much rather have the MP5 now, I think, because the spray pattern actually makes sense. You can control the MP5, like, treat it almost like a rifle, and it'll take 2-shot headshot at that range. It's actually, like, really good. And you can do bursts and control it as well. Like, it's a budget A1S at this point, I would say. But it's got 30 bullets, which is, like, kind of sick. Anyway. What about preserving the scene of the crime? Come on, some dignity for the murderers. I care a little bit, but not enough to have her keep hanging there. Plus, hanging there is gonna actually damage the scene of the crime. There's a control panel for the baton lighting on the wing of the stage. That's gonna have evidence as well, no? Yes, let's with the motorized sound of the growl of a stabbing beast, the baton lighting slowly descended. When it descended enough for us to reach it, we all work together. Show us. Yeah, it's about what we expected. Even though I expected it, I still didn't want to confront that reality. You would think the bag would make the drill cat ears. I didn't know that. I'm not a military otaku. It's not my scene. Although I do respect it when they draw scantily clad tiny anime girls with big guns. That's one of those classics that I can't help but tip my hat to. Um,
しくしく。どうしたの？
Doshitano. It feels like someone died in here or something. Badumtus. The root of all evil. Surely you are also the root of all evil. Bringing everyone.
嘘だろ
Okay, his reaction's a little surprised, like little forced, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I'm just doubting everyone.
そんな。
You, I don't trust you for some reason, but I think you sort of run your course.
なんだと
Then in the first game, what's his name? Yasuhiro? Yeah, the most useless character, Yasuhiro, made it to the end. So if that can happen, anything can happen.
なんと。
The others.
やったね
Looks like another serious incident occurred while I was unaware. Oh shit, but that cured. The anger cured them.
やだな。
He was just using it until someone died. That's, you know what, Monokuma, that's fucking good. That's a good bit. He has like little nanobot bugs.
そう。ぷぷぷ。
True. The despair
なん
disease.
だと
I mean, if you have the cure, you can just spread it, right? He's like, don't worry about the details. That's not the
モノ
point.
クマファイル。
The Monokuma
ま
file.
たね。嘘。
黙れ
The voice actor went too hard for that one line. If it means one of us killed these two, I feel like this guy's also gonna survive till the end because I don't think he doesn't really care. But the others seem to care. I don't know. Or he'll get killed. He's a prime murder victim target, I think. Murder victim, you can't really be the target of a victim. That's kind of phrasing. Thinking like that won't do anything. We have to do this.
貴様は何を望む
別に何も望んだない. I don't. That's not how you conjugate those words, but sure. Those have no place in this world. What about Nekomura? I don't give a shit. Is he not gonna participate this time? Special exception. He's handing in a sick note to Monokuma. Oh, she's back.
おかしいな。
The lingering after effects of the despair disease. Fortunately, it seems I have nothing to worry
やべえ
about.
なこりゃ
Your after effects could be lies.
任せてください。よーし。
No one cares about you. We should leave Nekomura to Monami.
こんちくしょう。その。
Yes.
ああ
Let's get started. This nightmare, this despair, guys. We haven't said despair in about 10 minutes. We're feeling a bit antsy about this one. I know there's no way we can believe that one of us did this, but we kind of have to confront that reality. That's. I forgot that there's an investigate banner. I've been putting up with this for a while, but why is it so damn hot in here? It's getting. No, I'm not gonna do it. It's because your clothes are so smothering. He's got a jacket and maybe a tank top / shirt on. I don't know. I'll let you guys investigate this place. Okay, that's weirdly suspicious though. Like, why would you do all that? Just take your jacket off or something. I don't know. I don't. You've piqued my sus, but I don't know. This is the kind of thing that could be brought up in an interrogation sequence in the trial. That's kind of where I'm at. It really is hot. Let's check the file. Cause of death. They'll be treated as one incident though. But I guess that's what it was like last time. There was 2 kills. 2 victims. Yes, yes, she has a crushed windpipe as a result of choking. Sayonji's cause of death was blood loss due to throat being slit. Instant death. Okay, but I don't think you die instantly from. Am I crazy about this? You would not be able to die instantly if your throat was slit. You would like suffer for like at least seconds, knowable seconds. It's not like if your head was literally crushed by like a falling meteor. Like, it's not. Maybe it's not as instant. It's instant compared to like fire or drowning, maybe. But like, come on. There isn't going to be a useful clue. You would think. Why did the killer kill 2 people? Well, maybe, but maybe he was, or he or she, I suppose, was trying to cover up their ground. They must have returned to the scene of the crime. And I don't know who would have put the communication up, you know what I mean? It feels odd. Like, it makes sense, but I'm trying to figure out how it makes sense. That they sent a Discord fucking Skype call over. So that you could watch her do it. I guess, you know what it is? You would have to be there. You couldn't leave her to kill herself. If you were taking advantage of her despair disease or whatever to make her like be compliant, you would have to keep instructing her, no doubt. Even if she was sick, it would have required you to supervise the method of doing so. Or were they trying to make it seem like she killed herself and that's the answer, so that we don't suspect it? I don't know. I genuinely don't know what the point of the call was, apart from just being malicious. I mean, obviously. Something like this shouldn't be forgiven. No, it's cute. You should let her hang like that. Anyway, the broken machine. Yeah, what's up with this? Aren't you a genius?
これも因果律の定めか。
Perhaps criminal psychology is at play here. Even though they are not being recorded, there is no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera. Yeah, but it was there.
よかろう。
That's not plausible enough, man. Because we were there when we saw the first instance. It recorded something. That's what I'm saying, man. It's almost as if I'm him. Alright. Sonia, I don't trust you. Can you convince me otherwise? It has happened once again. I cannot believe it. Deadpan. Yes. She looked like she was having so much fun. I don't know about that. She was the only one who enjoyed it, actually. Please get a hold of yourself. Okay. We must do this for the two who have fallen. You good? You still crying or what? When I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking. It was that good, huh? Both of you can. Well, Akane is sort of. Akane is endearing to me, despite her stupidness, but it's sort of an earnest stupidness, I think. So I enjoy it more. The aberrant thing, aberrant. They refuse to lift their heads up for fear of doubting the authenticity of the blue sky. There's something up there. I'm looking up. What do you think? A broken drumstick. Well, that's what we bashed the door down to destroy, right? It was a makeshift door jam. Are we all acting stupid on purpose? Surely we obviously know what that was, right? Come on, buddy. Sorry. Do or do not, there is no try. As one once said. Yes, obviously. I'm surprised we need like 20 sentences to figure out what is blatantly obvious. This door is the only entrance. It is possible, you know what, it would be interesting if Saionji was the killer. somehow, I guess she would have had to, like, she barricaded herself in her room, but she clearly was here. Right? And then somebody else killed Saionji after the fact. Because she wasn't there in the beginning. But it was a real quick job, 10 minutes, to slit her throat, tie her up, or whatever order it was done in. Maybe probably tie her up first, if I had to guess. But, whatever. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't be able to escape outside. That's the only logical guess.
なるほどな。
Mystery dramas and stuff. Evidence of that around here. The killer being here.
話は聞かせてもらったよ。
Thank you. That was a kind of cool entry. That's true. It was. I'm glad that we commented on that. She aura farmed big time here. I've also discovered something interesting. There's ectoplasm on the left and right door. She's eating it. Well, you know what? That works. Smells like workshop chemicals. Don't eat it then. If it was originally a liquid that hardened into this, maybe possibly would plant rubbing smoothly in the gaps of the door. Just as I thought, it tastes nasty. Well, why the fuck would you eat it? Nasty tasting glob. Semi-transparent glob, even. Sumiki, you got any info? And she's gonna be a bit depressed, but that's okay. When did you realize she was missing? Her final rounds or whatever. Where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby. We were together and told you were to be on call room. I love her. I don't know. I'm a big fan of girls who look like they're about to break down and cry at any given moment. It's something very endearing. In anime? I don't know. There's no point in trying to walk that one back. Hemp bag. The tote bag, yes. It's the tote bag. Let's inspect the rope. A regular length of rope with no unnatural features. It's better that this music in a storage room. There shouldn't have been any rope in there. Anybody could have obtained this rope. It's difficult to use it as a clue. I wonder. Excuse me, Mika. Do you have a moment? It's not that Ibuki's caused of death was being hanged by this rope, right? That was obvious the moment we discovered the body, but... What's up with you? It lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. What is on Ibuki's feet? Blood. But doesn't that... You know what? The order of the killings must be the other way around, then. She was tied up after the... What do you call it? Or, you know what? Because... What if Ibuki killed Saionji? And, what do you call it? Like somebody told her to kill her. First you tie Saionji up, then you bring her there, make her kill her, and then tell her to kill herself. And somebody did all that while keeping their hands completely clean. I've got it perfectly. That's fucking brilliant if that's true. And if it's not, they should have listened to me. That's interesting. It's blood, right? But there shouldn't be any external injuries. If that's the case, this blood belongs to someone else. And there's only one person currently producing a bunch of it from their neck, perhaps. The real scene of the murder was not here. You already discovered the body before you met her. And there's blood on the ladder! Also. You already discovered the body before you met up with us, right? At first I didn't know it was Ibuki because of that hemp bag, though. But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from that rope. That's an assumption. We don't know. She could have been tied up somewhere else or killed somewhere else and tied up after.
Yeah.
No time of death. So he wasn't really sure who died first, but I'll tell you, I have some suspicions. If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? So we're getting there. It doesn't explain Hiyoko's death afterward. I mean, listen, riddle me this, buddy. There's a candle down there also. There's blood on it. Oh, we didn't see that angle from this perspective, so we don't know. Yes. Hurrah. There's blood. Yes. It must be Hiyoko's blood. I mean, we didn't. I'm not sure if we saw that perspective or not. Candle, by the way. It's a massive candle. It's not that big of a candle. It's maybe like 1 foot sized candle. It's actually a normal sized candle for like, if you're not considering the tiny ones. I guess. Candle has been added. Let's talk to our good friend Chiaki. With her arms crossed and a thoughtful look on her face, Chiaki was silently staring at the stage floor. There's something dropping off. It's just dirty. Take a close look at the floor. If you look closely, this is blood, yes. Her neck was slashed not far from here. How do you know where it was slashed? Why did the killer try to hide it? If they weren't trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it, but they didn't do a very good job of it. I guess they were sort of pressed for time after we discovered it, right? As long as the body's nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal a crime. They were trying to hide like how it ended up happening, you know? Hiyoko's body suspended against the pillar on the side of the stage. She was wrapped against the pillar with duct tape. Yeah, why is her kimono like this? Like this, like what? I'm sort of struggling to figure it out. Her hand's not in it? It's all disheveled and her sash is tied in the front. I guess that makes sense. When did the killer kill Hiyoko? That's what I'm saying. I don't think so, which means that she must have been pre-killed and then tied up thereafter to try and disguise how it ended up being, just to throw them off the scent. Whoever it was, or no, it can't be you because you were actually ill. For once, you're out of the picture completely in terms of even just messing it up. This would be this is a classic Byakuyan first game move to try and like mess with an existing crime scene. Unfortunately, that motherfucker ate a bunch of food between the two games and died immediately, which we still have not fucking gotten explained to us. There's something I really need your help with. There's an unnatural shape bulging from inside Hiyoko's kimono. Why did I say kimono? The rhythm. I guess kimono is the more accurate pronunciation than kimono, which is, you know, Western. But whatever. I'm only like that for my own sake. I don't care about it on other people. I don't correct others' pronunciations, but I do want to be pedantic in my own self because I like it. It's fun. What? Yes. It would have been a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know? That's true. There is no problem. I mean, like, it depends on your perspective on morality, I suppose. Yes, hope as you might have it. A key, pretty big one. Different to the keys to the cottage, so this might be the key to her motel room. If this is the trap, they would have put it more towards so we would notice it easier. Maybe? I don't know. It seems like it was just her key. It's not like I'm adding to that or anything, but you look like you were curious about the condition of her body. Yeah, obviously. I mean, my theory initially is the one that makes the most sense. What I think is the strangest is the way they wrap the body. Is it? I mean, yeah, but why would you try to do that? The blood is splattered all over the front of the fucking clothing. It's not gonna work, is it? I don't know if that was their true intention, but it's a big help. If her body was left alone after her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. Okay. Curtain me?
あれれ
It wasn't originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly. Taped for temporary use.
だからさ
This was probably something that the killer really needed for this crime. They were doing a performance before the moment. I have no idea what this is for. It wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easy. I'm sure it'll be relevant somehow. Somebody may be killed behind it. What is behind the curtain? Like literally, what is behind the curtain? Also, control panel. We use this lower to hang the body. The video of the music venue I saw. It had a dim candlelit ambiance. It didn't look like this lighting was used at all. But why didn't they use this lighting? Not to draw attention or something? You noticed too, fiends. So you didn't notice. The aberrant item. The cloth? What is that? Black paper. I didn't notice. I'm gonna be upfront. I can't really see it from here.
見えるぞ行け破壊神暗黒四天王
Send the hamsters to retrieve it. Holy shit, look at that motherfucker right there. He is fucking powerful. That is cool though. See, listen, despite being half your lines are kind of meaningless, annoying garbage, the other half are kind of fun, and then you have your hamsters, which are cute, so you're forgiven in my book.
悲しいな
Hamsters are merely the temporary form.
よかろう
Some kind of thick paper.
命拾い
There's no doubt this is some kind of clue. Can we look at it? Are we gonna get? We should get inspecting. Are we good here? I thought we were good here, but I guess we're not. Oh yeah, right, the temperature, of course. I was supposed to be talking about that. What's 86 Fahrenheit in Celsius, like real people? 30 is obviously insane for anything. Turn it off. Okay, there we go. That's what we needed. Gundam, what's up? You're brave. Nagito, how's it hanging? This may be impudent of me to ask, but will you listen to what I have to say? I heard that you witnessed the incident from the very beginning, right? Summarize that shit. For the sake of dedicating my body to an even greater hope. No, he said. Don't be an asshole, okay? Like, there was just no reason. I guess there's no reason to give him the info, really, either. Who did we miss? Did we talk to you already?
そんな
You? We're brothers of the killer was still inside. Oh yeah, we need to check inside the storage room, obviously. This could be the real scene of the crime, as I may suspect. What's new here? Nagito, how's it hanging? You're in here for a reason. How bad? Did you find any clues? They probably all came from this storage room. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end, you're just gonna be on the killer's side, right? But like, you're not listening to him, man. He's on the side of hope. Literally, he's saying it the whole time. This case is really special, but I can't say for certain, though. By the way, Hajime, Hinata-kun. Hinata-kun. Yes. I don't get it. Can you tell me, please? You don't want to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer? You don't really want to make you suffer. He literally is like, kill me, and you're not killing him, and just, ooh, I don't know, man. I can't overlook this king this time. I'll rely on my gut feelings. I guess he's the only one who's seen the movie, right? So it may have some relevance this time around. Company wallpaper paint. Yeah, that's new. A piece torn off. I don't know what that would have to, like, that's obviously relevant to the piece of paper that we found, but I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. Less stickers than before. Full length mirror. Okay, well, thanks for telling me that. Game tip. Real helpful, like. Oh, legal, like. Alright. The autopsy results. Not that there's that much complexion, I suppose. It's been very inconclusive. It's too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death. Could you do that without the heat? I thought you needed science for that. I guess detectives can do it by themselves. I thought you were just a nurse. I don't know. I didn't think nurse would be very good at doing time of death. You seem to be around for the death. I don't think that you would be doing much solving on that kind. Let's see here. I do need to go to the bathroom though. It's a poor time, but I'll do it now so I don't have to do it later. Hold on a second. I'll put that over there. We'll be back. We'll be literally back. Literally, is that possible? Is my question. If it's yes, I mean that's true. But I didn't know you could do it in the first place. The covered up the time of death. I mean, that's the whole point. That's what I've been trying to get around here. And try to convey is that the order is just different. Welcome, Sheena. Is there any reason? Yes. Well, it's to change the alibi, right? An imitation murder. What do you mean by an imitation murder? You don't know? I thought everyone already knew. It's a murder where the killer uses the creative work as an outlet for their killings, but we didn't know. clearly an imitation of that movie.
いいセンスだ
Yeah, but which of what? We're in the big dark here.
これも因果率の差
Yeah, which movie?
ぷぷぷぷぷ
Things would get out of hand too fast, but yeah, because last time there was a 2-kill rule also.
あれれ
He's like, that shit was here in the first game, we just forgot to mention it until now.
あの
You just- I just want to confirm on the class trial rule.
もしかして
I don't even want to think someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happens if there are 2 killers? That's a valid question. I also think this is true. I think there are 2 killers. One of them is Ibuki under command of others.
だからさ
That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time. We can only vote for 1 person,
弱り
right?
ましたねほら
Yeah, exactly.
お黙りなさい
I'm extra sure something like that never happened. Meaning 2 killers can't exist at the same time.
行く
He's like, we're using him to solve the problem also.
嫌な感じ
Alright, fine, that's right. There's always 1 killer. Even if they had an accomplice, they'd have to figure out who the
テン
mastermind
ション
is.
下がるな
Which is what we're gonna do in this case, because Ibuki is being controlled by somebody else, obviously. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated.
よかろう己の無力さを知れ
What imitation? You haven't seen it.
だから
Which movie?
いいセンス
あのね
It closely resembles that movie as if they were copying it. We haven't seen it, so we're innocent. I thought he was the only one who saw it. I guess we have to see it now.
君はあの
Yeah, where does she intend to investigate? Hospital? We gotta go to her motel room, because there's gonna be evidence in there, surely.
確かに
Thanks to that despair disease, we couldn't go there for some time. Yeah, let's see what's going on with that. Yeah, I was gonna say, we obviously have to go to the motel. There's a lot of investigating to do. But first things first, let's get to the movie theater. I believe that would be quite relevant. You know what? Motel first, I think. I want to go here first. Because we haven't been inside these rooms. New area for us. Yeah, exactly. Literally, I'm him. I don't even know where her room is. It might be just be faster to ask someone. Not you, for sure. You.
Ah,
Can you explain it to me again? Yeah, the timeline. It was hanging, but like, I guess that's when we discovered it. But are you gonna talk about the fact that we saw it on live TV? And met it with Chiaki, and then we went back.
なるほどな。
Yes.
そうか。あのな。
When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? Flashback? Because I don't remember. Monomi, yeah, Tanaka, or Gundam, whichever.
そうか。
Kazuchi and Sonia didn't appear. They do seem like the 2 suspects, or alternatively, she takes advantage of him. And it's like multi-layered, but at the end of the day, he is the suspect or something. I don't know.
つーか。
Hiyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we rocked the door, so assumption is I don't think that's true.
俺は
I went straight to the hospital, I saw Mikana, asked her what's going on.
まあな。
Then we came to the motel.
いや。
Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? The time that Mikana and I were on our own wasn't very long. I mean, I don't suspect you.
あたくよ。
I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. Weirdly, I guess that's like doing the concrete shoes thing. Yes, exactly. But I don't think it's him. Listen, you and me are here till the end. We knew, we were waiting for you to have like an arc. I guess you might know.
現れたか
Yeah. True. Which room is
と
Hiyoko
くと聞
staying?
くがいい
The room to the center, the door to the center room. You might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. How did he talk to his parents and what? Teachers. I mean, he talks to his teachers the same as he does now, and his parents are probably worse. It's locked, but I've got the key. Somehow I'm the one holding it. Let's enter. It's just a bunch of, like... I don't know. I don't even know what would be the funniest option here. Is there blood in the sink? What are you doing in here? It's just, I am starting to believe it might be my fault. Okay, what? Are you trying to do like a small crime to distract from bigger crime situation? The moment she came to this motel, she shut herself in a room. Yes. She had another reason. Yeah, okay, explain. Her kimono. I thought it might be good for her to go outside. By coincidence, it was locked, and then I saw it. Oh yeah, she doesn't know how to do it. This is just a funny scene because they didn't. It's not like this was fully drawn. This is like an extra sprite, and also we see her whole ass leg. That's a very long leg. I guess it's not a long leg. The leg could end there, and then we're seeing like past her hip. The biology of that makes more sense. This is someone's profile picture is her crying here with the older like the tweets that people do where they go you know what I mean? That's definitely one of those tweets. This is tweetable. She was having trouble with it because the one who did it for her is dead. The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. She should learn how to tie it then. She'd learn how to do it. She wanted to be able to tie it on her own. Actually, she tried her best, I guess, and failed and then felt terrible for her. Fair enough. You know what? I feel bad. What did you say? I'm reading his mind.
西園寺さん、もしかして着付けでお困りなのですか？
バカ！何言ってんのさ。できるに決まってんじゃん。だって小泉お姉に教えてもらったんだもん。だからもう一人でもできるんだもん。
だもん。See, you would be so much cuter if you didn't treat Tsumiki like shit. You can treat boys like shit, okay? But you can't treat her like shit. That's my standard.
でしたら鏡のある場所でやってみたらいかがですか？ほら、ライブハウスの倉庫に大きな鏡がありましたよね。
Okay, but this is not suspicious, but the fact that you share this information up front is you trying to... What are you trying to do with this, you know?
大きな鏡を見ながらやればきっとうまくいくはずですよ。それにあまりお部屋にこもっているのもお体によくありませんし。
Also, they nerfed her hair size in this CG. It's not quite a CG, but...
まさか。
I can see that happening, and that's why her kimono is like the other way around, because she tied it in front. Is that the bit? Is that what we're trying to say here? But why did... This is like... is this to explain why she's there? I guess they didn't plan to have her there. It seems plausible to me that whoever's the mastermind behind this operation... Like... But how did Ibuki end up outside in the first place? You know what I mean? Did she just wander there? Like, passively? So was it one of those situations where somebody was... I'm just trying to figure out what it seems like a killing opportunity rather than something premeditated. But it also would have to be intentional and not out of self-defense, because none of these two were trying to do anything either. I'm just trying to figure out how it all lines up. You know what I mean? Did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Somebody who overheard this and thought that she's defenseless over there tried to like go behind her, since that place only has one entry or exit, went in while she was distracted, tied her up, or killed her maybe initially, I don't know. Or, you know what it probably is? They tied her up and then told Ibuki to kill her and then commit suicide in order to like distract from the fact that they were ever involved. And then try and get off scot-free. That makes the most sense. Nobody knew. Somebody knew. Something's wrong. Well, it's either that somebody overheard it or it's fucking you. It was fucking one of yours, you know? Sink. What is that? Fucked up mirror. What the hell? Monokuma plushie. I don't see anything else suspicious. Well, I see one thing. The shitting Monokuma. Yeah. Nya. I just love this noise sometimes. They're like whirring, not whirring. What do you call it? Like the hum. Yeah, we're out of here. That's all we needed. Info acquired. We're out of here. Sorry, I just felt the need. Well, you know what? Let's go here. There shouldn't be anything here, so let's check it out. I'm curious. Well, this wasn't like this before, was it? The voyeur corner? Oh, that's what that is, yeah. Okay, there was nothing here. I was just here for fun. Leisurely. Alright, let's watch it. Wild Gunman Monokuma. Yeah. Why hello there, Hajime. The imitation case. Well, what's what people have been telling me? Yonda? You have a problem with that? If that's what Tsundere Hajime looks like, you're really a tough guy. Huh? So you're talking about it. Why don't you show it to Nagito? My resistance was in vain and Monokimo reshot Monokimo. So true. You bought this for $1.5 million. Dozo, the Wizard of Monomi. It's only effective today at this time. You only have one chance to watch it for free. Okay, well hopefully they actually prepared it for us. A real one. Just think of it as a protective charm. Yeah, the tote bag is gone. Yes, indeed, we're familiar with it. Oh yeah. It's already sold out. When you buy one bag, you get another free. So what did he say? It's a common practice to pay customers for bonus prizes. Well, so there's another one somewhere, which is going to be evident somehow, but that'll be too obvious. I should figure that I can't just admit a slip of the tongue. Yeah, well, that's all we needed to learn anyway, so let's step in to the theatre. The Monokuma Theater, but really, here for once. I apologize for keeping you waiting. 2.5D, huh? Paper Mario.
それでは最後までごゆっくりとお楽しみくださいね。
Okay. I was hoping they would actually do it, and they are doing it.
出生率より死亡率が多い老人ばかりが住むど田舎に生まれたモノクマは
That's pretty accurate to contemporary Japan, I think, isn't it? Something like that? Isn't birth rates really bad?
ある日軍事演習中の攻撃ヘリコプター AH-64 通称アパッチの作る竜巻に巻き込まれてしまい
Why didn't they give us the full details, bro? They're literally giving us the model name and number in Japanese script.
物見の国に飛ばされてしまいました。
物見の国。
故郷のど田舎に帰って老人たちからことあるごとに小銭をせびりた何でも願いを叶えてくれるという魔法使い物見に会いに行く旅を始めました。
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard.
その道中で彼は心強い仲間たちと出会うことになり
What do we
ます。
need? The scarecrow, the tin man.
脳みそがない物見かかしと出会ったので自殺を勧
When
め
he
たところ
recommended that she commit suicide, it's crazy.
首をつって死にました。
That's the first killing.
途中
The
で
lion,
勇気の
yeah.
ない
The
物見ライ
cowardly
オンと出会っ
lion.
たので弓矢で貼り付けに
That one didn't happen, though.
途中で
A
心
tin
のない
man missing a
無
heart.
力の物見木こりと出会ったのでバラバラの鉄の塊にしてやりました。
I mean, I guess that lines up also with the people, right? Who was, but that implies because these all also line up with the diseases that the people got, right? Not the diseases, but sort of their personalities at that moment in time. If you consider Akane was cowardly, she was missing her courage, right? Or like scared, whatever. Maybe this is too much into it, but it seems like it's an obvious lineup. And then, you know, the one who was missing a heart was sliced, and well, Sionji's like pretty heartless and was sliced, and then the brainless scarecrow is Ibuki, who was pretty brainless in her, you know, ill state. Maybe even without the illness, she was pretty brainless. But you get one point.
そしていろいろあった挙句魔法使い物見のもとにたどり着いたモノクマはなんやかんやで最終的に物見をやっつけて
Okay. And the end.
最終的になんとなく彼女が支配していた王国を乗っ取りました。
Okoku. And then he kept begging the old people for change. The
こ
end.
うしてモノクマは老人たちを下僕にしてかき集めた年金で優雅に過ごしましたとさ。
The end. There
め
we
で
go.
たしめでたし。
What a touching story. I don't even want to unpack what you just said, Monokuma.
というわけで
That reminds me of those tweets that it's sort of a running gag now. Bring a box of tissues to the movie theater, you'll need it type tweets, you know those ones? Sayonara bye bye. Masada town ni sayonara bye. How does that one go again? I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh. This was not really very artful, but whatever. Yes, that was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Well,
まあ
characters who were killed in the movie match the victims of the case. Ibuki's death equals Scarecrow, and then the Tin Man.
でも
Perhaps the killer is upset about that right now, or if the killer's main goal is just a meditation mode, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure that's even true. Odd. Odd. But if you were doing an imitation murder, would you not do it in order of murdering? I guess maybe you don't have the luxury to be doing all that. It seems a little bit too perfect. And I guess it wasn't too perfect because those things didn't end up happening that way. Chiaki. So
あのね
sorry.
あのね
Yeah, the gaming.
ひなたくん
Yeah, what do we see? Why did you go to the music? We still haven't talked about the fact that we saw this.
そうそう
We declared that this Rescam unit could recall, but it's only good for household functions. What do you mean it can't recall, but it's only... What does household functions mean? And then right away... Person wearing a... But they would have had to walk up all that way without being able to see, because there was no hose caught in the bag. Guess she could just look down, but she wasn't looking down, and that... Now I know that must have been Ibuki. She walked and then she just did it. That's all I saw. The candlelight must have been snuffed out because the screen went dark.
Ah.
Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, I can confirm, but the old ones don't.
あのね
You didn't know that the person wearing the bag was Ibuki. But I didn't mean that. If she climbed that on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? She was obviously told to do so. Like, come on, let's not be stupid.
お前な
まあ
She's so cute. I needed to investigate the conference room on the second floor.
まあ
That's code. She's gonna tell us something secretly in there. She seemed a little upset. Well, let's go in. There's more shit in here. Oh, we haven't talked to him, have we?
おいおいだぜ
I just tweaked it a little. Would it be possible to transmit a scene to the hospital from those cameras too? Originally, the cameras and monitors are used by the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on a hospital monitor.
つうかよ
He decided to swap the cameras. Okay. So it's like a kit. It's a camera monitor kit that the panels were swapped on. Even if you bring the same camera monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal.
あ
I didn't just swap the cameras. I increased the wireless range. Does this have anything to do with anything? There we go. We just have to talk to him. Give him a little conversational note. What's up, Akane?
さてと
She's getting back to her normal self. She's looking as good as always. You can touch my boobs if you win. Okay. What do you mean no thanks, bro?
なあなあ
What do you mean no thanks? Hospital gowns are pretty comfy. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. One gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. Ibuki died wearing one. The only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. That's why would that be gross? That makes no sense.
つうかさ
Yeah, well, let's look in each room if we can. What the fuck do you mean? There could be evidence in it. There could be evidence in these rooms. But why did I go like count? Whatever his name, the Count from Sesame Street. Let's go to the on-call room before we go to the conference room where our good partner is waiting for us to have a conversation with. Shouldn't be anyone in here, right? Well, we're supposed to also check whether there was not gowns here, were they? Nothing that catches my eye. This was the bed that we had our fun times with Mikan with. But doesn't seem to be anything useful here either. Oh well. Shit happens, I suppose. Can I get my control back? How is it hanging? Oh, this is where the curtain was from. Maybe. It's pitch black.
ね
Don't turn it on. I like to do it in the dark.
だって
ね
If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna
が
poke.
っかり
Troll fail. Lay epic? Oh, okay. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes. Come on, fan service. Fan service or bait? No, it's just bait. That's fine.
ねえね
Were you surprised? Surprised what?
え、あの、ほ
I got it.
ら、
The curtains in this conference were designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here.
ほらね。
A black curtain that blocks totals along the reach the floor.
もう、
I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. She's upset.
ううん。
I just wanted to mess with you. People can't have a little fun anymore? You're allergic to a little lewd joke, are you? Class trial, I suppose.
やっほー、元気してた？モノクマだよ。いい感じ。
Why?
あのね、学級裁判
Why is he so upbeat on this
だ
one?
からまたモノクマププ
He was way too upbeat before compared to before. Unless that was the same before. Now it's not the time to be a coward. All I can do is go. I suppose. Oh wait, I should check on my my pet. Hold on, it's dying. It's been shitting this whole time. Oh, it's just one shit. Whatever. And soon enough, there he is. Nikomaru's chilling or what?
モノミって頭の弱い子
See, I don't get it why they have so many new lines, but they don't voice the whole game. I guess it's easier to have 10 than 100, but like, come on. Yay. You've come to avenge him.
うぷっぷとにかく
He's unavailable. Let's say he's absent.
おいおい
He is.
あのね
It's best if you worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nikomaru will die.
どうかな
Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
貴様は
ほら、
やってやろうじ
I
ゃね
don't
え
actually
か
don't know what he means by that one. What does he mean by the poetic justice in this circumstance, you know? I forgot to talk to everybody, but I suppose it doesn't matter so much. Okay, I thought it was gonna do it automatically, but... Anyway, the gaping maw. Our lined up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. Well, yeah. No, isn't that wholesome? Sorry, I'm browsing fake Reddit posts. Anyway, whenever I want to say Monokuma Rock, as they say, MMFFNGH, whatever, you get my bit. Anyway, the elevator began its deep descent as usual, but nobody said a word. Because, like, what are we supposed to say type shit? Anyway, I've been very flippant this episode. Full of the kind of energy that gets a sense of optimism out of me. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place. Here we go. Different again. Feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Two people are dead and Nekomaru's... Is he really not participating? Why bother? But it's interesting that he's being so, like, caddish about this whole thing. It'd be funny if Nekomaru did it. That would be the funniest outcome. Obviously, it would make no sense. It would kind of defeat the whole purpose of everything. And then again, he has not served any purpose this whole game, so whatever. What do I care? Anyway. And so the curtain to the third class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyoda, the ultimate musician. She was really loud. That's what we have to start with, huh? The mood maker. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Are we in love with her? Or she's just like very, very good, like, vibe lifter. Hiyuko Sayori, she's the ultimate traditional dancer. She was kind of an asshole, but, like, she was incompetent and small, so it's hard to really take her seriously. Yes, she was trying to change herself. A little bit, not very much. But, you know, whatever. It's hard to change, I suppose. Trying to come to terms with my hitter's death. Sure. That's the kindest thing we can say about her. The person who killed those two is... Say that again? Among Us? I definitely can't believe it. Wow. As soon as everyone's gonna be dead anyway. Whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. At least for that far. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. Sorry, I skipped one accidentally. For our sake, for our friends' sake, for Ibuki and Hiyuko's sake, who are somehow not our friends, I get the separation. And so the curtain to the third class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowed with hope and despair, has begun. It's a better tagline than what they've been doing this whole time. I like this little track is nice. Anyway, let me set my skills if I can. There we go. We've set our stuff. All rise. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm skipping the first part because that's the shit that he's been saying. Who cares about the next one? I literally skipped it. I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. Unfortunately, when you press Q and unpress it, the audio just gets paused and unpauses. But if you press the up log, it literally just cancels it, which is a shame because I wanted to hear what he was saying here.
把握したところでどうせ引っかき回すだけだろ。
でも狛枝だけじゃねえぞ。俺もよくわかんねえんだよ。
You were ill.
おめえはいいよ。どうせ頭空っぽだし。
That's true, but don't be so mean.
頭空っぽ？そいつがどうしたってんだ。いいか。頭空っぽの方が夢詰め込めんだぞ。
So there.
とりあえずその二人を議論に加えないまま裁判を進めるわけにもいかないから。
Her voice is like sweet honey in my ears. I need to look up a voice actor after I can't be spoiled anymore of this game.
事件の流れをまとめるついで
She
に
seems familiar.
第一発見者の日向くんに説明をお願いしましょうか。
わかったよ。じゃあ絶望病のせいで俺たちが病院組とモーテル組に分かれたところからだ。
Despair disease.
病院組は病気になった狛枝とミオだと尾張の他に積木と九頭竜と俺を合わせた6人だった。
残りの5人、私と田中さんと相田さん、それと七海さんと西園寺さんが。
病院組っつってもあそこに泊まるのは禁止だったから俺と日向はホテルに帰って寝てたんだ。
事件が起きた日もそうだった。俺はホテルで目が覚めたんだ。
Oh,
コテージで寝てたところを積み木に叩き起こされて、
And
お
we
前
get
ら
a
の病状
little
が回復したことを聞いたんだ。
a little Korean blueberry candy while the voice parts of this game are going on, so I can feel a little rejuvenated. I also just want to try it. That's my primary motive. It's just been lying in like the bowl of keys, because that's what happens when you get like somebody hands you something or like get it for free with something else, you know. But you don't really want to do it with it right now or do anything with it right now. So you just send it. This smells delicious though. Hold on. I should go in order mode at least. If you're gonna do this.
すぐに2人で病院に向かって、そこで狛枝の回復を確認した後は、不眠不休だった積み木を休憩室で休ませて、俺は病院のロビーで待機してることにしたんだ。その時だった。まだ約束の時間前なのに、監視カメラが受信してることに気づいたんだ。受信スイッチを押してモニターを確認してみると、そこに映ったのは麻袋をかぶった患者服姿の人物が自分から脚立を登っていく姿だった。
すごいドキドキする話だね。で、日向君はどうしたの？
もちろん止めようとしたに決まってるだろ。急いで病院を飛び出して通信先のカメラが設置されてるライブハウスに走った。
I'm sucking. Let me suck.
間に合わなかったんだ。
When you ship, but I don't know why that didn't work. Also, poor taste, poor timing. Respect the fiction, the story or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying here.
すぐに他のみんなに知らせようと思って、俺はモーテルに向かった。
どうしてモーテルに？
ライブハウスから近かったからだよ。それに病院と違って動ける人間が多いからだ。
These are valid points.
と思ったんだけど、そこで俺についてきてくれたのはナナミだけだったな。
けどその直後に積木さんやくずりゅうくんと合流できて、ちょっと安心したのを覚えてるよ。
俺らは俺らでいなくなったミオダを探してたんだ。
私はちょっとだけ休憩した後、病気の皆さんの見回りを始めたんですけど、そこでミオダさんがいなくなったことに気づいて、それで慌てて病院を飛び出して、そしたら偶然にもくずりゅうさんと会えたので、手伝ってもらえないかといろんな形でお願いしたんです。
いろんな形で？
That is what she said.
誤解されるような言い方はやめろ。
その二人からミオダがいなくなったって聞いた俺は、
Just keep a land there?
あの麻袋の人物がそうなんじゃないか。
No, it was weirdly like overlaid.
すぐにみんなを連れてライブハウスに戻ったんだ。
Okay, they didn't have to put the photos at height accurate positions for the head, but that's, you know what, I respect it.
けど、ライブハウスの扉が開かなくなってやがった。
Yep.
仕方ねえから4人でぶち。
I can confirm this.
そうしたら、ミオダの死体だけじゃねえ。西園寺の死体まであったんだ。しかも、柱に貼り付けにされた状態でだぞ。
It's a big ass pillar, by the way.
死体発見アナウンスが鳴ったのはその時だ。しかも2回連続だったな。
とりあえず首をつっていた死体を下ろしてあげようって話に
We won't
な
have
った
to
ん
worry
ですよ
about the
ね。
body announcement thing too much.
麻袋を外してみたら、やっぱりそれはミオダだったんだ。
それが今回の事件の流れだね。ありがとう。よくわかったよ。
Probably in bad taste to have Monokuma hanging at this current juncture, but sure.
まあ、今回の事件で何が問題かははっきりしてるぜ。日向がライブハウスから離れている間に誰が。でも、今の話ってどこまで信用していいのかな？
He's doing this, he knows it wasn't us. He's just doing this to make sure that we get like thoroughness and other facts. He's playing it for sure, but
ごめん、客観的に聞くとさ、今の話って明らかに怪しいんだよね。
it is suspicious. We saw it from his perspective, but without the context of like literally seeing it, of course it is suspicious.
だって首吊りの映像を見たのも日向くんだけ
Yeah,
で、
there's no evidence of
ミオダ
that
さんの死体
either.
を最初に発見した時もそうなんでしょ？
It sounds like an alibi, an excuse for being where we were. You know what I mean?
だったらいくらでも嘘をつけるよね。
嘘って。 なんで俺が嘘をつかなくちゃならないんだよ。当然自分にとって不都合な真実から僕らの目をそらすためだよ。俺を疑ってるのか？そうじゃないなら証明してほしいな。ほら証明してみせてよ。
Finally, someone
君が
suspects
犯
us.
人じゃないってこ
It's been a
と
while.
をさ。
He's helping you and you don't realize that, okay? I'm honestly saying he's helping you. You should be trying to do this. It will help you get the facts straight. You know?
日向君の証言は明らかに怪しいよ。
日向さんの証言が嘘だとすると、宮田さんが自分で首を吊ったというのは
もちろん嘘ってことになるね。
その可能性は否定できねえかもな。だって目撃者は日向だけだもん。
なぜ日向さんが嘘をつくのですか？
もちろん彼が犯人だからだよ。
日向君が2人を殺す。
それらの死体を映画に見立てたのも全て日向君の仕業だろうね。
Yeah, obviously, we didn't see the movie. He literally did this. He made us keep this evidence.
日向君の証言は明らかに怪しいよ。
日向さんの証言が嘘。宮田さんが
もちろん嘘。
その可能性だって目撃。
なぜ日向さん、
もちろん彼が
日向君が
それらの死体を映画に見立てたのも
Yeah, he did this. Like, it's obviously he's on our side. Yeah. Let's not be so stupid.
俺は犯人なんかじゃない。だって俺にはあんな見立てなんてできるわけがないよね。
I told you.
分かってるって。
は？
日向君は事件前にあの映画を見ていなかった。
It's being
それ
meticulous.
は彼が持っている招待券が証拠だよ。あの招待券は一人につき1枚しか配られないものだし、
It's literally just
使った
mastermind
日時もスタンプ
the
で
whole
刻印されて
thing.
しまう。間違いないよね、モノクマ。
はい、何も間違いありません。
つまり事件前に映画を見てなかった彼にその映画に見立てた殺人を実行できるわけがないんだよ。それとも彼に映画の内容を話した人がいるわけないよね。
He's just setting up a truth seeker, a truth sender, one who is a baton of truth, something like this. A pillar of
ち
truth.
ょっと待てよ。そもそもおめえが言い出しっぺじゃねえか。
狛江だ。どういうつもりだ？いや、今回は君の目撃証言が前提になるみたいだから、まずはその地盤を固めてウォーミングアップを兼ねてね。何がウォーミングアップだ？遊びじゃないんだぞ。怒らないでよ。遊びじゃないからこそウォーミングアップが必要だと。
無駄な時間を使っちゃったね。まあそんなことじゃないかと思ったけどさ。
では、日向さんの証言は信用できるということで議論を進めましょうか。
It's important to agree on facts, man.
つうことは宮田が自分で脚立を登ったのも間違いねえんだな。
It's a manner of speaking, you know?
確かだよ。
なら決まりだ。宮田は自殺だったんだ。
ミオダが自殺なら誰が西園寺を殺したのだ。
自殺とは別の殺人が偶然にも同じ場所でなわけねえもんな。
つうかさっきから言ってんだろ。今回の事件で何が問題なのかははっきり
Yeah,
して
the
るってよ。
whens and the whos.
犯人は日向がライブハウスから離れてる間に西園寺を殺してるんだぞ。だったら
では日向に問おう。
多分
Yeah,
10分もかからな
we've
かっ
been
たと
talking
思う。
about 10 minutes for a while now, yeah?
10分で西園寺を殺して貼り付けにしたってのか。いくらなんでも無理じゃね。
But they could have tape dropped only.
だから犯人はその時間稼ぎのためにあのライブハウスを密室にしたんだろ。
Yeah, but like, come on.
密室ってなんだ？
犯人はライブハウスの扉を内側から封鎖して、
Yes,
俺らがすぐに入ってこられねえようにしてたんだよ。
But then who was where, man?
ですが、ライブハウスの出入り口ってあのドアだけでしたよね。それを内側から封鎖してしまったら犯人も出られなくなってしまいますよ。
ああ、その通りだ。つまり俺らがライブハウスの扉をぶち破った時、犯人はまだ中にいやがったんだ。
Yeah.
あの中にいたんですか？
That's one guess, but I honestly... I mean, the thing is that actually has to be true, like... Now that I'm thinking about it. But it doesn't mean the killing happened at that time.
となれば、その時のアリバイがねえやつが怪しい。それはソニアとそうだ。てめえら二人だ。
私もですか？
なんだよそれ。なんで俺らなんだよ。
Yeah.
他の連中は全員アリバイがあるんだ
We're gonna
よ。
have to prove that just because you had an alibi, like, just because for the period of suspicion doesn't mean that the killing happened during that time, so your alibi is no longer gonna be valid, and then it'll wrap around.
俺とナナミと積み木は稲田と一緒にそのライブハウスの扉を破ってるし、
These four are guaranteed innocent just because I think they're so relevant to the story that it would sort of be a betrayal of the plotline for them to be a killer or to die at this point, unless it was Tsumiki, who may die. But the other three seem like they're like the main trio, you know?
田中はその直前にモーテルで日向と会ってたはずだ。
Could be Gundam, who knows?
それに病院
I don't
に
know
い
why you
た
would do
オワ
that.
リと狛枝に犯行が不可能となれば、てめえらのどっちかとしか考えらんねえだろ。
アリバイがない人ならもう一人いるよね。ほら、二代君だよ。
わしもか。ちょっと、なんであんたが冗談ですよね。なんかそういうおかしなことになって
やめてください。
とにかく犯人がライブハウスに隠れてた以上、その時のアリバイがねえ奴らを疑うのは当然だ。
なんて悪質な追い込み方だ。こいつが本職のわ。
Yeah, I'm trying. Okay, I don't even know what we're trying to prove here, but let's see.
犯人はライブハウスの中にいた。あの扉を内側から封。
From the
俺らが
inside.
中に入れん。
犯行時間を稼ぐためのこ
どうやって封鎖したのですか？あのドアに鍵はなかった。
鍵なら扉。折れたドラムスティックのことか。
あれをつっかえ棒にすれば鍵に。そうやって中に隠れ、俺らが集まるのにひょっこり出てき。
まるで今駆けつけたよ。2時間サスペンスで見るパターンです。
犯人はライブハウスの中にいたんだ。あの扉を内側から封鎖して、俺らが中。
犯行時間をか。
どうやって封鎖した？あのドアに鍵は。
鍵なら折れたドラムスティックのことか。
Really?
しまった。
Moved the wrong
犯
place.
人はライブハウスの中にいたんだ。あの扉を。
Oh, what did the globe actually mean? So where is the globe?
俺らが中に入れねえようにしたんだ。
犯行時間を稼ぐための行動か。
どうやって封鎖したのですか？あのドアに鍵は。
鍵なら折れたドラムスティックのことか。
あれをつっかえ棒にすれば鍵に。そうやって中に隠れた犯人は俺らが集ま、ひょっこりで。
まるで今駆けつ2時間サスペンスで見るパターンです。
犯人はライブハウスの中に。
That doesn't help us. This doesn't really help us either. I think it may, but not now.
あの扉を内。
The surveillance video. Oh, I don't think that key helps us either.
犯行時間を稼ぐため。
Maybe not this
犯
one.
人はライブハウスのあの扉を
内側から封鎖して。
俺らが中に入れねえようにしたんだ。
犯行時間をか。
This
どうや
isn't
って封
right.
鎖した？あのドアに鍵は。
鍵なら折れたドラムスティック。
あれをつっかえ棒にすれば鍵になる。そうやって
で中に隠れた。
I have no idea what we're talking about here.
俺らが集ま。
I'm gonna be upfront. I have
2時
no.
間サスペンスで見るパターンです。
Is this not just factually true apart from the globe? What is incorrect about this?
犯人はライブハウスの中にいたんだ。
The killer was still inside the music
あ
venue.
の
That's
扉を
a
内側から
guess.
封鎖して。
Okay, that's what you wanted me to do.
それは違うぞ。
I was right. You just like, you know, the wrong place.
待ってくれ。扉が外から封鎖された可能性だってあるはずだ。
外からってどうやるんだよ。
ライブハウスの扉にこびりついてた半透明の塊だ。あれを使ったんじゃないか。
How did the drumstick factor into all this? Was that broken to make it seem like it was locked from the inside? It could have been pre-broken.
半透明の塊？ゴムか何かか？
Glue.
そうか。
I'm rubber, you're glue.
その半透明の塊の正体はきっと接着剤だ。
接着剤. Glue. We're learning what glue is.
接着剤だと？
接着剤. Yes. Okay.
私もそう思うよ。
まあ、その接着剤の味はまあうまくないんだと思う。はい。
口に入れた時に広がる工作質っぽいケミカルな香り、弾力のない硬いゼリーのような噛み応え以上の観点から見ても、あれは接着剤だと断言できます。
接着剤って食えるんだ。
You can. Non-toxic ones.
普通は食べられないと思いますよ。
その接着剤がこびりついてたのは左右の扉が触れる部分だけだった。
Okay, but how does this all work out then? Was it just to give the impression of it being like... Was it to give the impression that it was locked by pre-snapping the stick and gluing it? Make it seem like it was... that you pushed it forwards and heard something snap. Is that the idea?
きっと閉じた扉の隙間から流し込むことでライブハウスの扉を外から塞いだんだろうな。
It will be difficult, but plausibly.
そのせいで扉が接着する面に接着剤の塊が残った。あの状況ともぴったり合ってるね。でも接着剤でくっつけただけだと簡単にドアが破られちゃいますよ。別にいいんだよ。
Yeah,
犯人の
exactly.
目的は扉が中から
It
封
was the
じられ
impression
た
that
と
they were
誤
looking
認さ
for.
せることだけなんだし。
Given that we have not very much like to work with resources wise, it's not a bad plan.
なんだと？
そもそもあのドラムスティックってあからさますぎて不自然じゃなかった？むしろ犯人の偽装工作。そう考えた方がしっくりくるほど不自然だったよ
Yeah,
ね。
you pre-snap it, you put it there, then you go outside carefully.
あのドラムスティックは
Not bad, not
犯
bad.
人がわざとあそこに置いた罠ってことか。
I'm impressed.
じゃあ俺はまんまと犯人の罠にはまっちまってたのかよ。
ソニアさんと俺に謝れ。ただし腹をかっさばくのはもう禁止だからな。
はい、両成敗ですよ。もうノーサイドでいいんじゃないですか。
Yes, the legal system would work very well in this framework.
すると犯人は日向が離れている10分程度の間に殺人だけではなく密室まで作っていたというのか。
I don't know about all that. Hold on, let me see if I can't just do that to make it seem cleaner. Wait for the new messages to roll in.
殺した上に貼り付けまでやったんだろう。
Just your assumption.
早技にも程があんだろ。
早技。
ロマな私には考えられないスピードです。
日向くんがライブハウスから離れてる間にやるのが難しいなら、じゃあ
Yeah,
その
thank
前
you,
にやったの
obviously.
か。
けど日向が最初にライブハウスに行った時、そこにはミオダの死体しかなかったんだぞ。
で、その後にみんなと一緒に行ってみたら西園寺さんの死体が増えてたんだよ。でもその時は死体が出てきただけ
That's what I've
で、
been saying.
実際に殺されたのはもっと前だったのかもしれない。
出てきただけ？
もちろん死体が勝手に出てきたわけじゃないよ。それも犯人の仕業なんだ。
Yeah, but the time of killing was different. Which seems convoluted, but
これがその証拠だよ。
その厚紙
I don't know
の
what
切れ
this
端は
proves.
ライブハウスの照明バトンに挟まっていたものか。
Was it just like that the knife was used in the like storage room or whatever?
そうなんだけどさ、そもそもこの切れ端って何なんだろうね。
We're entering a mind palace. I don't know what the answer is. What was the root piece of paper? No, not P, I suppose. What is with all these P's? R maybe? Maybe W? Okay, it's W. Okay, I didn't mean to left click, I meant to right click. It is WA. Ow. Oh, wallpaper. Okay, there we go. Give me an L. Oh, we needed that one. There we go. That was quick work right there.
よし、わかったぞ。
I mean, yeah, it was wallpaper, I guess. That's what they were looking for. I thought they were gonna tell me, like, what it was beyond that.
その切れ端って
Yeah, we knew
倉庫
that.
にあった壁紙の一部なんじゃないか？
So, like, stuff that doesn't get added to our evidence, but that we nevertheless had to explore is basically going to be part of the other mini games. That's the gist of the game. Not to say the obvious truth so long in the game series'
黒い
lifespan.
壁紙があったはずだ。あの壁紙も端の方がちぎれてたよな。だとすると、そうなんだよ。照明に引っかかってた切れ端とその壁紙のちぎれた部分を合わせてみるとね。
ね。
ほら。
Yeah, but to what end? To what end?
なるほど。照明バトンに引っかかっていた紙の切れ端は元はその壁紙の一部だったのですね。
Yes, indeed.
で、それがどうしたんだ？西園寺の死体が現れたことと関係あんのかよ。
I literally don't
僕
know.
なんかが答えるまでもなく。
Where were we?
切れ端の正体を簡単に見破るほど優秀なみんなならきっとすぐに分かっちゃうはずだよ。
Scrub paper was part of the wallpaper. Is it connected to something appears to Hugo's body? The answer should become clear. Let's enter the skating palace. The logic dive. The gamer's dive. How do you play this shit again? There we go, that's more like it. See, this is more like my speed of gaming, man. This is the type of shit I want to see. I forgot to jump, guys. I literally forgot to jump. I'm accelerating non-stop and I'm still forgetting to jump. What is it? What is going on the bottom left, by the way? What is that? Question 1. Why did her body appear suddenly at the crime scene? It was brought there. What? What do you? Yeah, it was brought. It was hidden and then it was brought there. What do you mean? Why did it appear? It didn't. Okay, this is just a language thing. It did not appear because it was hidden. Don't be stupid, okay? That's not how it works. Anyway, I'm locked in. Hit me with another one. What did the killer use to hide her body? I suppose they used the wallpaper? I don't know. Is that why there's Is that the reason? But is the only reason we're supposed to guess that because there's a scrap? It doesn't seem pertinent to me, but I don't know. Ramp me? Now, there were true ballers that have more mechanically difficult. How did the killer hide the body? They covered the pillar. That makes the most sense. Holy shit, I'm tripping. Studioは繋がった。はい。I understand this theory now. Let's go.
分かった。俺たちが見つけるまで西園寺の死体はずっと隠されてたんだ。
Okay, never mind. You know what? The conclusion makes it a little clearer. It's still rough language-wise. It wasn't moved there. It was there the whole time, but it was hidden initially. I guess that's what they're going for. But it wasn't there because it was hidden.
だが隠していた死体を柱に貼り付けにするだけでも
むしろ最初から貼り付けにされててその柱ごと壁紙で隠したんじゃない。
柱ごとだと。
They hid the pillar.
ああ、犯人は柱の周りにあの壁紙を巻くことで
That's a fucking stupid way of saying it. That's really funny. The idea that you hide the pillar by not hiding the pillar at all. The pillar was there. You can't hide it. It's not like it was just a cylinder of wallpaper around nothing. The pillar never was hidden.
最初に俺がミオダの死体を見つけた時西園寺の死体はすでにそこにあったんだ。ただ一回り大きい柱に隠されてたせいで気づけなかっただけなんだ。
You didn't notice the bulging? I guess you wouldn't, huh? To be fair, it'd be hard to notice.
まあ気づけなくても無理ないよね。
Yeah, exactly.
ミオダさんの死体の方に目がいっちゃうのは当然だもんな。
They were lucky that the person who found it wasn't like a curious mind who decided to do more investigating. I guess betting on fear is a good response.
天井の照明バトンを使ったのですか？
照明バトンは柱をぐるりと取り囲む構造だったし、そうやって使うにはぴったりだよね。
What are they trying to say? How did you use it to hang the wall? Are you saying you didn't actually like stick it there? You just like you stuck it to the circle, and that's where there's a cut gap so that it didn't overlap at the point where the circle connects to the pole connecting both of the circles.
じゃあ壁紙にステッカーがいっぱい貼られていたのはあの柱と似せるためだったんですね。
I wonder if it was genuinely different to when you see it the first time we entered this place and I just didn't notice it. That's probably true. In which case, that's well done, you know? You wouldn't notice that kind of detail.
犯人はそうやって西園寺の死体を隠しておいてライブハウスから離れた隙に壁紙を剥がしたんだ。
でも犯人はそこでミスを犯した。うっかり壁紙の一部を切っちゃったんだよ。そのせいで照明バトンにその切れ端が残っちゃったんだね。
Could you not just have like, I don't know, kept it with you? Stuck it to your back and like left it under your shirt the whole trial? No one would have known.
きっと犯人も相当急いでたんだろうね。もたもたしてたら日向くんが戻ってきちゃうからね。
But why would you want to reveal it in the first place is what I'm wondering now. If it was there simultaneously, why would you not just let it be visible the first time? Was it to make it seem like it was someone else? Is that the idea? Yeah, okay, like, what's the reason? I've been watching this guy, Euro Brady, play through first DDLC and then now his whole Disco Elysium playthrough. Which, by the way, I think I was too harsh at Disco Elysium initially because of the community's they sort of primed me to be more vitriolic towards the game that it deserved to be. I think it's very, very great story more often than anything. And I think if people, this is not the place for this discussion, but I needed to say it. People do a great game a disservice by like harping on about the politics of the game. Not to say the politics of the game aren't good, they make up a core component of what makes it interesting. including not engaging with it, would make its own interesting story. Is what's happening right now in this playthrough, right? But what do you call it? I think people online, they don't mention a lot of the things that are so beautiful about the game. Like, it's visually very pleasing, and it's like styling of it. It has very touching moments. It's very emotional. It's very like human. It's very funny as well. But people always, all they do is talk about like the funny bits relating to the politics parts of it, and I think that sort of the over focus on that and the lack of focus of that, like the rest of it is sort of, and also there's the elitism, but like it's, you know, I'm not gonna say it's earned, but it's at least warranted. Like, I understand how it got there, even if it's not like, you know, the be all end all of it, but you know, it's not the fault of the developers. I'm sure they didn't make the game and think to themselves, this is gonna supplant all other gaming properties and be the best that gaming has ever been, you know? And I do think that like the middle part for me dragged on a bit, but that my playthrough suffered from the fact that I went all in on like no health, pretty much all like intellect and like the other two, whatever, the purple and the blue ones, you know what I mean? And so I had 1 health. So every time I took damage, I instantly game over, and it made some parts of the game very frustrating because I literally couldn't get through some things that you can brute force by just having extra health, right? And it just made the game very, very annoying at some points. And so, which led me to basically, like, I think I got stuck on the measurehead part because I couldn't retry the race theory thing. And then I had to like save scum to knock him out because I didn't have any strong physical instrument either, obviously, because I was low on health, right? That's the logic of the whole thing. And it was a few moments like that and the like noise under the place, which I think is one of the few things that you actually do have to be able to get through. I didn't know how to do it, so it was like stuck for a while, and I had to look it up how to, like, I thought I was soft locked essentially. And that kind of dampened the middle part of the game for me. But the early parts and then the ending is like, especially the parts where whenever, like the dream sequence at the end or whatever, when he walks on water, you know the one, I'm not going to spoil it here, even though I spoiled half the game, that part I don't want to spoil. That was genuinely very beautiful, you know what I mean? And I think that's like, that's what the game is trying to get you to do in the end. You know, I think it's not really a part of the message, but part of what it sort of shows you is that, you know, all these, you know, there's a lot of real world elements at play, and there's a lot of pushing and pulling, and you can have your, you know, you have your debates on who's right and who's wrong, and certainly the game depicts, you know, some is more wrong than others, and maybe in my opinion rightfully so or wrongfully so, whatever, right? That's sort of the point it makes, is that some of that is besides the point, and that over focusing on those things, you know, in ignorance of the more human elements of the story and indeed of life itself, it's I would say not a good thing. But anyway, why did they?
犯行の難易度はぐんと下がるよね。日向くんがいない間にやるべきことが少なくなるからね。壁紙を剥がして倉庫に放り投げておくだけ。そこに密室トリックを含めても大した手間じゃないよ。
That's a 10-minute job, sure.
だったら実際に西園寺が殺されたのはいつだったんだ？
そうだね。それを明らかにするためにも。
And on that note,
そろそ
it's
ろ
about time.
例の見立て殺人についてはっきりさせておこうか。
But what more could that have to tell us? I'm wondering.
さっきから言ってる見立て殺人って何ですか？
嘘だろ？見てないの？あの名作「モノミの魔法使い 2.5D」よ。
2.5D よ。I never got to this part where they pluck in the strings.
勝手に私を出
Hey,
演させ
very
ないで
nice.
ください。
Okay.
うるさいな。主食がマリモのくせに。
それないよ。マリモは干渉するだけだもん。
やっぱり
I don't know what
あ
this
の見
bit
立てって
is,
意図
but
的
anyway.
なんですよね。
ミオダが首をつって死んでたのは映画で最初に死んだ
Yes.
カカシと、それに西園寺が貼り付けにされて死んでたのも2番目に死んだライオンと同じだったな。
どちらも映画の筋書きをなぞったような犯行だ。バラバラにされたブリキ
Are
の
we
聞こ
gonna
えが
discover
残っ
that
て
it
いたがな。
wasn't omitted? Is that the bit right now?
けど犯人はなんでそんな面倒なことをしたんだ？
犯人が見立て殺人をした理由なんて今となっては
Yeah,
大
because
して
it aligns
難
with
しい
it
謎
aligns
じゃ
with
な
the
いはずだ
people.
よ。
But okay, who would have? Now we did to think about it that way. Assuming that that's the case, who would have the kind of mind to do something like that? Sonia makes sense. She likes the stories of serial killers with like having a purpose, right? That aligns with her view on that. So it actually makes a lot of sense. But that actually didn't work. I mean, that's yes, but that's not why it
犯
was
人が
done.
2人の
Right?
死体
Or
を映画に見立てたのは殺害順序
is
の
it
誤認
because
を
of
さ
the
せる
way
ため
that
だ
the
ったは
movie
ずだ。
did it is a different way to the order, right?
じゃあ実際に西園
Yes,
寺が殺された
obviously.
のは
I thought we came to
ミ
this
オダより
conclusion
も前っ
already.
てことか。
You know?
そう考えるのが妥当だろうな。
妥当だね。
妥当だね。
ミオダさんの死体の状況もそれを物語ってるしね。
あいつの死体の状況がだと。泣いて頼まれては仕方ない。そのミオダの死体の状況とやらを聞いてやろうか。
Okay.
泣いて。
後で好きなだけむせび泣かせてやる。
Yeah, okay, I'm not listening. I'm not listening to all that. For once, I agree with you. Well, you know, we've been agreeing more and more lately.
教えてほしいんだね。私の言葉の意味がわからないから教えてほしいんだね。
My sassy, stoic gamer wife?
わからん。さらに上から目線だと。
ほら、ミオダさんって首をつって死んでたでしょ。つまり彼女の足が地面についてたのは彼女がまだ生きてた時ってことになるよね。
Is that how it works? I don't get your point. When she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor. What?
それがどうした？
でもね、西園寺さんが殺された時、ミオダさんはまだ立
I
って
think
た
what
み
they
たい
mean
なん
is
だ
that
よ
like
ね。
she wasn't in the air. Her feet weren't on the floor so much so as they were on the step ladder which was on the floor. Like it's sort of a linguistic thing.
だから西園寺さんは
Yeah.
ミオダさんよりも前に
I
殺
mean,
され
this is
た
what
ってこ
I
とにな
said
る。
this since the beginning. Yeah.
軽いな。
Yeah, I'm not listening to the rest of your line,
相手
buddy.
がああめんどくせえモードに入っちまった。
Correct.
大体
The voice actor put a lot of work into it, so I'll let some of them
ミオ
play
ダの足
through.
はまだ地面についていたというが、千里眼ごときも使えぬ加藤。
彼女が地面に足がついてないとできないことをしてたからだよ。
So cute. Okay, what?
貴様には
Oh,
痛
it's
々し
the
い
blood,
妄想
right?
癖が。
おめえが言うか。
When taught in circles, clarify Ibuki's status. The Miyoda status. Blood on the souls. Smoke on the water. Fire in the sky.
西園寺さんが死んだ時、ミオ
Why
ダ
are
さ
they doing
んの足は地面についてたんだよ。
その根拠を提示しろと言っている。
あいつが歩いてる姿でも見かけ。
地面に足何かを踏んだ後でもありましたか？
They're saying it's the easiest one they've ever given us in this entire game. Did she step on the floor? On the blood on the
ソニアの
souls,
言う通
maybe?
り、それは血
Oh,
痕
let's
だ。
skip that, my bad.
あいつの足の裏にはうっすらと血痕が付着してたんだ。
Kekkon.
これはミオダさんの血ではありませんよね。
だったら西園寺の血ってことか。
We're real smart today, aren't we?
西園寺の傷って首の致命傷だけで、
Okay,
し
this
かもほとんど即死だったんだよな。
almost is the correct word. It wasn't instant. It can't have been with that kind of wound.
西園寺が致命傷を受けた時、ミオダはまだ地面に立っていた
Yeah,
ってこ
and she
と
was
だ。
still under the despair disease that prevented her from
つまり
experiencing
西園寺が殺された時点ではミオダはまだ生きてたんだよ。
well, maybe not the exact moment, but at least like I guess she was like in that sense, yes. He didn't mean that she was like right there.
邪眼の力をなめるな。
The 1v1 duel. Sword fight me, bro.
その程度か。お里が知れるぞ。日向を始めよう。
I don't know if that was the translation of that line.
何か反論があるってことか。
何か反論があるってことか。いいセリフだな。だがいいのか。俺様が本気を怯えて声も出せんか。だが断罪の時はここからだ。
Yeah. Okay. What's his point of contention though? What is he trying to tell me? The rope used for hanging. I don't know what he's trying to. The step ladder is probably going to be the
の
one.
足の裏の血痕が西園寺の。はあ、ありえんな。あの現場をよく思い出してみろ。床に血痕はなかったんだよ。
Oh, there was no blood on the floor.
しまった。
ミオダの足の裏の血痕。はあ、ありえんな。あの現場をよく思い出してみろ。床に血痕。現場になかった血を踏めるはずがない。いい悪夢は見れたかな。ミオダの足の裏。はあ、ありえんな。あの現場をよく思い出してみろ。床に血痕はなかったんだ。
It's just that. That's what they were trying to say. Was it really just that easy? Is that the bit?
そうじゃない。床に血痕がなかったのは後で犯人が拭き取ったせいなんだ。
ふざけたことを抜かすな。そんな根拠などどこにも。
But what did he wipe it with? That's the question, right? We don't know the answer to that.
あったんだよ。よく見るとうっすらとだけどステージ上に血痕を拭いたような跡が残ってたんだ。
犯人が西園寺さんの死体を隠す時に一緒に床の血を拭き取ったんだろうけど、その前にミオダさんが踏んじゃってて犯人もそれに気づかなかったんだろうね。
But how did that environment end up being the case? I'm trying to wonder how that ended up being the case, and we still don't know why she is there. Why Ibuki ended up there. We know at least we have a reason to understand why Sayonji was there, but we don't know why Ibuki was there, unless somebody just told her to go there, but then they would have had to go to the hospital. So did she get out of the hospital on her own intuition / like through her own ideas, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
その床の血を拭いたのも殺害順序の5人のためなんだよ
Yeah,
な。
not a good job though.
いくら西園寺の死体を隠したところであいつの血痕が残ってたら
I
ま
guess
ず
that's
いもん
true.
な。
It's an at-a-glance protection, which worked for a little bit, but then didn't work after that.
その時に表に出てる仁田の死体には血が出そうな外傷なんてねえからな。
きっと西園寺さんの死体をガムテープで巻いたのも彼女の出血を止めるためだったんじゃないかな。
Yeah.
まあ本来は心臓が停止すると出血しなくなるのであそこまでする必要はないと思うんですけどね。
積木さん以外には馴染み深い知識ではないので、おそらく犯人も知らなかったのでしょう。
I mean, probably.
もしかしてライブハウスの暖房が効いてたのも積み木の検視をごまかすためか。
But they didn't know that. They knew that that would be the case. Like that's a weird mismatch of info, right?
そうなんです。あの暖房のせいで死亡時刻がわからなくなっちゃったんです。
Well, that doesn't line up, no? Are we just gonna assume that that's the case? That the killer knew that temperature messes up the time of death for autopsies, but that they didn't know that the blood would stop pumping after the heart stopped beating. Like it seems weird that the absence of knowledge is one, but not another.
死亡時刻がモノクマファイルに記載されてなかったのも確実な証拠を俺たちから隠すためと考えれば。
これだけの根拠が揃えばもう異論を挟む人はいないよね。じゃあ決まり。西園寺さんは三代田さんよりも前に殺されたんだよ。
どうやらここは一旦引いた方が賢明のようだ。いいだろう。善だの悪だのに関係なく貫き通した信念には偽りなどないのだからな。
I wonder. Hope if you get typecast as a guy who does this kind of voice, do you just enjoy it? I guess you might have to. You have to be the kind of guy who's okay with letting his true self loose in that sense.
黙って引き下がれねえのか。
それでは議論を再開させましょうか。
We didn't even have a suspect. I guess it's you and Kazuichi.
ちょっと待って。その前にモノクマに確認しておきたいことがあるんだ。
またかよ。前もそんなことなかったか。
ねえ、被害者が自殺だった場合って僕らどうすればいいのかな。
同じだよ。いつもと同じように犯人に投票してくれればいいだけ。考え方としては自殺も立派な殺人なのです。自分という大切な存在を殺してしまったわけだからね。残念ながらプロへのお仕置きはなくなっちゃうけど、ま、その時は物見をお仕置きすればいいだけか。なんで私が。
狛枝さん、被害者が自殺だった場合というのは。
いや、西園寺さんはともかく三代田さんは本当に殺されたのかな。例えば三代田さんが西園寺さんを殺した後で自責の念に駆られて自殺したのかもしれないでしょ。
He's bringing it up too early for it to be factual, but it's actually not a bad theory. If somebody was telling her to do it.
ありえねえだろう。だったら最初から殺してねえって。
Or, you know what? It makes perfect sense if the despair disease wore off, or she cured herself after Sayonji died.
彼女絶望病にかかってたんだよ。何があっても不思議じゃないと思うんだけどな。
でも三代田さんが犯人だとすると殺害順序の5人トリックができなくなる
Yeah, somebody
よ
else is
ね。
involved. That's the point, though.
日向くんに首吊り死体を目撃させた後で西園寺さんの死体を出現させたってことは犯人はその時点ではまだ生きてないといけないはずだもん。
じゃあ生きてたんだよ。最初に日向くんが発見した時の三代田さんはただ死んだふりをしてただけで。
Right, and then she died in 10 minutes. I guess that's not impossible, but like, come on. I guess the question is, how would you even disprove that?
日向くんがいなくなったのを見計らった後、再び動き出して偽装工作を行ったのかな。
This was all technically possible, but does not have any reason to have happened.
首をつってたんだぞ。死んだふりもクソもねえだろ。
Yeah, you could fake it if you didn't raise it high enough to... Also, we didn't see it happen, did we?
それに死んだふりをするなら
わざわざ首吊りなんて選ばない。無防備に通された体を触られたら、それだけで計画が台無しになっちゃうじゃん。
But wouldn't happen.
そっか。ということは、あの二人は間違いなく誰かに殺されたんだね。よかった。これで心置きなく犯人探しができるよ。
なんだそりゃ。
だけど一つだけ疑問が残るな。ミオラさんが自殺じゃないとしたら、日向くんが見た映像って何だったのかな。
He's asking the right questions. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
日向くんが見た映像だと、ミオラさんって
But nobody is.
自分から
This
脚立を
entire time,
登ってたんでしょ。
nobody is specifically bringing up the nature of how she was affected by the disease. You know what I mean? That's kind of the point here.
じゃああれも誰かにやらされてたってこと？
She was coerced.
やらされてたというのは、まさか催眠術などを使って？
そんなの僕にはわからないよ。
自信満々に言ってんじゃねえよ。
方法はさておき、犯人が何かをしたのは間違いないみたいですし、だったらそれが可能だと人を割り出すのも一つの手なんじゃないかなって思ったり。
アリバイですね。アリバイから崩していく作戦ですね。日向さんが映像を目撃しているわけですから、犯行時刻もはっきりしていますしね。
That's true. If that's how the technology works. Kazuichi could have modified it though. That's the thing. If we're relying on the technology as evidence, then Kazuichi could have changed how it works, right? In theory. I don't know in practice.
その前に確認なんだけどさ。
Yeah.
あの監視カメラって。
Could you do a delayed sending?
安物の監視カメラだぞ。録画機能なんて立派なもんがついてるわけねえだろ。
じゃあ日向さんが見たのは間違いなくリアルタイムの映像なんですね。
リアルタイム。
日向がその映像を見た時間帯は
10:25?
俺が病院であの映像を見たのは、朝のモノクマアナウンスの直前だったな。
6:55.
実際ライブハウスで死体を見つけたのがモノクマアナウンスの少し後だったんだ。ミオラさんが首を吊ったのはモノクマアナウンスの直前
This is the most interesting one. I'm actually I'm not immediately sure of who, or even necessarily. I guess I know how generally. We don't have a murder weapon either, do we? For Sionji, who had to be sliced.
一方の西園寺さんはミオラさんよりも前に殺されたことがすでに明らかになっているわけだから、つまり朝のアナウンスとそれ以前が2人を殺害した犯行時刻になるわけだ。
その付近のアリバイがない人を見つければいいんですよね。
ではここに命じます。アリバイから崩していく作戦開始します。
I feel like until now she didn't actually do anything, but now Sony is like trying to be all princess-like.
「病気だった僕と尾張さんは除外だよね」
で他の連中はどうなんだ。
朝のアナウンスより前、まだモーテルの部屋で寝てたっつうの。
モーテルにいたみんながそうだと思うよ。
モーテル組は揃ってアリバイなしか。
そっちはどうなんだい。
俺はちゃんと自分のコテージにいたぞ。
それではアリバイにはならん。
病気で寝込んでいたお二人以外に全員にアリバイがないとなる。アリバイから崩していく作戦は失敗です。
Is this true? The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. A person who doesn't have an alibi for that time. Who doesn't? Gotta get their accounts. Okay.
病気だった僕と尾張さんは除外だよね。
で他の連中はどうなんだ？
What is vehicles? I can't actually say. I didn't read it properly.
Maだモーテルの部屋で寝て。
モーテルにいたみ。
モーテル組。
そっちはど。
俺はちゃんと自分のコテージにいたぞ。
Do we have to?
しまった。
We need to
病
support
気だっ
his
た
shit.
僕と尾張さんは除外だよね。
で他の連中はどうなんだ？
朝。
What does the players one in the video say?
Maだモーテルの部屋で寝てた。
But does her account confirm his account? Is that what we're saying here?
俺はちゃんと自分のコテージ
No,
にいた
that's
ぞ。
not what we're saying.
病気だった僕と尾張さんは除外だよね。
で他の連中はどうなんだ？
朝のアナウンスより前。まだモーテルの部屋で寝てたっつうの。
モーテルにいたみんながそうだと思うよ。
モーテル組は揃ってアリバイ。
そっちはどうなんだよ。
俺はちゃんと自分のコテ。
それではアリバイ。
病気で寝込んでいたお二人以外に全員にアリバイがないとなると、アリバイから崩していく作戦は失敗です。
病気
Nobody
だった
has an
僕と尾張さん
alibi.
は除外だよね。
で他の連中はどうなんだ？
朝のアナウンスより前なんて。まだモーテルの部
I
屋。
don't actually know the answer to this one. either.
そっちはど。
俺はちゃん。
それでは
病気で寝込ん全員にアリバイがない。
Yeah, okay, I was
それ
right.
は違うぞ。
Yes, she has an alibi because we were sleeping with her in a great way.
待ってくれ。アリバイがないのは全員じゃないんだ。実は俺と積み木にはアリバイがあるんだよ。
Yeah, we were getting hot and steamy in my bedroom. Literally, I think.
お二人にアリバイが？
例の首吊り映像を見る直前まで俺と積み木はしばらくずっと一緒だったんだ。
朝だって一緒に起きたんですよ。
おい、どんなシチュエーションだ。
It was a great situation.
うっかり日向さんの上に乗ったまま寝ちゃいました。
She's like, how could you do this to me?
ごちそうさま。
She did not say too much info. She said, "Gochusou-sama." That means thank you for the treats, bro. Come on.
そうじゃない。狛枝の病状が回復したのを教えに来てくれただけだ。
She was actually enjoying the information.
そのまま二人で病院に向かったので、アナウンスが聞こえる直前まで一緒だったんです。
わかったよ。おめえらにはアリバイがあるってことでいいよ。
とすると犯人はそれ以外の誰かってことか。
そう考えた方がいいだろうね。
Process of elimination style.
そもそも犯人が殺害順序の5人をやったのだってその実際の犯行時刻を隠すためだし。
朝のアナウンスとそれ以前のアリバイが重要なのは不可避な事実というわけか。
アリバイから崩していく作戦のせいで逆に追い詰められてしまったような。
でもさ、あの見立て殺人の意味って本当にそれだけだったのかな。
I don't know what that means either.
殺害順序を誤認させることで犯行時刻をごまかし、それによって自分のアリバイを隠す。あの二人の死体を映画に見立てた理由って本当にそれだけな
No,
のかな。
because it's now we're gonna get onto what I was saying initially is that because it makes sense for the story because it aligns with the idea of a serial killer like what Sonia was saying. That's what the biggest evidence like story-wise that it points to her.
他にも目的があったっていうのか。僕なんかの言葉で混乱させて申し訳ないけど、なんかそんな気がするんだよね。犯人の本当の目的は殺害順序の5人じゃなくって。
Are we still in the killer's trap? If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? Is this the intermission?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and put an intermission here. If you're watching on YouTube, you're gonna have to wait for my thoughts in the second half of the trial as I take a quick little break. Like, comment, subscribe also though if you want to hear that. Probably tomorrow if I do this chronologically, I have to assume I will.